What do you do when the governor of a state won't follow the law? Well, you sue him, like I've done several times. And you sue him before the Supreme Court, and you try to get them to force him to follow the law. So that's what I've been busy with doing here this week. I sued the West Virginia governor on behalf of the Wayne County Republican Party to force the governor to appoint a legislator here in this state from their list of candidates, as they're entitled to compile under West Virginia law. Our governor, as we know, and as I've made many videos about, doesn't want to follow the law. He thinks he gets to appoint whoever he wants. But our state legislature here in West Virginia made sure that the locals in any particular county, no matter what party you are, they get to choose the replacements for any vacancies in the legislature. And as many people around the world saw, we had a vacancy in our legislature here in West Virginia after one of our legislators resigned. And unfortunately, this was a district that the people had elected a Republican for the first time in 100 years, and they elected a conservative activist. And now our governor had tried to take that away from the people of Wayne County, West Virginia, and put what appeared to be his own person in there. And they just, between the Republican establishment in West Virginia and the governor, and the guy who runs the party on the state level was the governor's campaign manager, by the way, they go ahead and put somebody else in there that the voters and their elected committee members had not voted for there in Wayne County. So that in a lot of states, the locals that are on the ground who know the candidates and know the citizens and the issues, they get to choose, a list of three or whatever the case may be for the governor to make his choice from. Now, in this case, that power, that authority, that right of the people there in Wayne County, West Virginia, got that completely ripped away from them by our tyrannical governor here in West Virginia. So, yet again, for the third time in not that long of a time period, I sued him. And right before the West Virginia Supreme Court, where it should have been, and it's been in the news, all in the news the past several days. I did 3 TV interviews just yesterday. So I've been very busy with this case, and it just happened here this weekend, and I had the case filed first thing Monday morning. Well, here just this afternoon, not very long ago, the West Virginia Supreme Court issued an order ordering the governor to show cause by February 1st of why he shouldn't be forced to comply with the law, why he didn't violate the law, and set oral arguments for the day before the legislature comes into session, which is February 9th, and set the arguments for 2 o'clock. And so we're going to fight this legal battle about whether the local people at the grassroots level get to pick the possible options of who their legislator is going to be, or whether the governor gets to do it, or the state party chair in some back room, smoky room, deal, that sort of a process. And, that's how politics works, isn't it? That's how politics in West Virginia is known to have worked. Just like Huey Long in Louisiana. I mean, that's the history of politics, probably in the history of the world. But this is about transparency and openness. The voters, the citizens should get to decide, who their legislators are. And when there's a vacancy in West Virginia, they still get to pick 3 that the governor has to choose from. So we're trying hard to enforce that. And here, if you're interested in this issue, and it's about more than just this particular seat. It's about what everything's been about for this past year, and that is the dynamics between these governors who do whatever they want with no checks and balances, and then the little people, us citizens, us peasants. So they're trying to take away every little right we have, and so it looks like we are taking them to task, and because you have this courageous local Republican executive committee there in this small county, Wayne County, West Virginia, who are standing up to the establishment, standing up to our governor. And I look forward to getting this case decided And another thing is that the Supreme Court, in their order today, issued a stay of any and all legislative activity from anyone appointed by the governor. They can't act as a legislator at all until the Supreme Court rules on this case. So this is how it's supposed to operate judicial review of the executive branch. So subscribe if you want to be follow this and get updates as we go. Check for updates at thecivilrightslawyer.com. Also, we've been posting a lot on Facebook. I believe that my client will be interviewed tomorrow morning on the Tom Roten Show, which is a great show if you haven't seen that. So please stay tuned for updates, and I'll definitely let you know what's happening as this thing progresses, and it's progressing quickly.